Okay, so we're gonna fast forward to like my third year middle school because it's a lot of other story times that we're not gonna touch on right now. Hold on, let me pause this so I can eat. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward to like my third year middle school. Is this my third year? No, I'm so sorry, y'all. This is my second year middle school. So during school, okay, so when we moved back to Winston-Salem, obviously my mom didn't have as good a job as what she had in Georgia, so we was basically struggling. We was fucking poor. Let's go ahead and put that on out there and on the table. We did live in poverty. It was lower than low income. It was definitely poverty lines. And my mom had me, my sister that was a year older than me, my brother that was 2 years older than her, and my sister that was a year older than my brother. So we're gonna call the oldest sister M, the brother C, sister 1 year above me J. Leave it at that. So when it came down to school shopping and stuff like that, my mom really couldn't afford to get us nothing or get our hair done and stuff like that because, well, we didn't have the money. We ended up getting really close to kids in the neighborhood and some my mom's goddaughter and her family, and my mom's goddaughter's older sister used to sometimes braid our hair, but she was heavy-handed. So I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I used to cry, and sometimes when I went outside and the air touched my scalp, the shit would hurt so fucking bad, like just burn, felt like my whole head was on fire. And I believe it was because I had sensitive skin, and it was probably the weave in the sun being directly on my skin. But whatever the case may be, it was burning. So for the most part, going to school, after a couple of years, you outgrow your clothes. You really start to look like a bum. You started to look like a bum. Now, I didn't really have family like my other siblings, so it was not really it was no one to really help. Of course, I I'm gonna get into that because that's gonna be a part of this. But my brother, he had my grandparents and his family on his dad's side and his goddad's side that would take him shopping, make sure his hair was cut, make sure he had all the latest gear and shit. And my sister Jay, she had her godparents, her goddad, and they used to spoil the fuck out of her. My sister M, the oldest one, she had literally a whole fucking village that made sure she had everything she could possibly want. So I was pretty much the only one. Me and my brother sometimes were on the same level because sometimes he didn't, depending on how they were doing. But for the most part, I was the only person that really couldn't get nothing and didn't have nothing, which I didn't really think nothing of until I started getting bullied. And I was like, damn, okay, I never really experienced this before. And I'm not trying to be funny, but when I stayed in Georgia, nobody really cared about anybody else's clothes in the area that we lived in. Like, sometimes they would, compete as far as like shoes and stuff, but only the sneakerheads competed with the sneakerheads. It wasn't like, oh, you're a bum type shit. It was everybody had their own style. So it wasn't the same where I lived in Fulton County. So yeah, I was getting bullied for my shoes and clothes. So this year, I remember my hair was falling out because I had really sensitive scalp, and I don't know if it was stress or the move or what. But since we had moved to North Carolina, I would get this skin disease where my scalp would be irritated and my hair would fall out. So I was embarrassed. Like, not only am I looking like a bomb, I'm my head I'm bald headed. Like, it was so bad to the point where, forget the bald spots from the balding, I also had a ton of breakage because I did not know how to do my hair. I was so used to my mom doing my hair, and she didn't do my hair no more because she was hardly home. And when she was, she just didn't have time or wasn't really up to it because she's still like adjusting. So I was really looking bad, y'all. I was looking bad. Yeah. I wish I could find a picture of me back. In fact, I have a picture of when we first got down there, but it don't look nothing like that picture right there. This was 7th grade year, by the way. 7th grade year, I was toe up from the flow up, okay? 7th grade and the end of 6th grade, toe up. Okay, so